Hi, it's Chris Croft here from successfultrainers.com. And I've got another tip for you today that I think you'll find interesting, which is why not send out a tip of the month? So I send out a monthly email tip that's free. And this has been probably the best marketing thing that I've ever done. Originally, I was going to charge money for it, actually. So the original idea was that after my time management course, I would say, why don't you sign up to my refresher tips? And I would probably say this to the company that had hired me in rather than the individuals. I would say, why don't you pay a little bit extra and your people can have a tip from me forever, or perhaps for 10 years or something, to keep them up to date and keep them thinking about time management. So it would keep the subject in their mind, but it would also allow me to update them with any new things that I discover. And I could send this tip out and charge a small amount per week and make money on it. But then I thought, why not make it free? And that was the best thing I ever did. Because everybody who comes on my courses, I pass a form round at the end and I say, if you want to get my free tips, just add your name to it. And why would you not? And you can always unsubscribe. So I've collected all the emails of everyone who's ever been on one of my courses. And that is really useful because if I'm putting on a conference or I've written an ebook or something like that, I'm able to publicize it to everyone I've ever met. So it's great for that. It's also really good because it reminds people that I exist. So on that list, I've got people who've been on courses, but I've also got people who buy courses. Because remember, you've got two types of customer, haven't you? You've got the people on the course consuming the content, but you've also got the person who hired you to come in there, the HR manager, the training manager. And they're both on my tip of the month list. So it reminds them that I exist. So if they haven't done any training for a couple of years with me or haven't done any training at all, they keep getting these tips and they think, actually, we should get him back in. Yeah, he was good. We'll get him in. And it also shows them other things that I teach. So maybe I've come in and done a team day, but they get my tips and they constantly see that I also teach time management or negotiating or project management. And they think, actually, I didn't know Chris did that. Yeah, we probably ought to do some training on that. So it's brought in a whole lot of work over the years. And something that I've accidentally discovered when I do my tip of the month is that it's really good to have a serious main body and then some fun PSs. Because the serious main body means that I'm allowed to send it. So the companies are okay about whitelisting me and make sure my tips get through because they have a really useful value-added serious work section. But then there's the fun PSs. And I might just recommend music or some YouTube video that I liked or whatever. But it might be a little bit of marketing. Maybe I've just made an ebook on something. And so it allows me to put all sorts of stuff in the PSs. And I found that the reason people read my tips is actually for the PSs. But if I sent only the PSs, then I'd be in a bit of trouble sending it to companies. But if I only sent the main body, maybe nobody would read it. But the mixture of serious and fun seems to be a winning combination. And not many people have discovered that. The other thing I believe is that monthly's about right. I think even weekly is too often. I've signed up for other people's tips that were weekly or even daily, and I get bored with them really quickly. And I end up unsubscribing quite soon. Whereas if you do it monthly, it's rare enough to be exciting when it comes in and it's not annoying, they're not going to unsubscribe. So I get a very low unsubscribe rate and I'm playing the long game. It also means I don't have to think of so much content. So if I send them monthly, I've only got to think of 12 tips per year. So I can really think carefully about my tips. And I do, because they go to 20,000 people. I put a lot of effort into writing them. And I only have to do one a month. So I would really urge you to start a tip of the month system. That's one of my many marketing ideas that we talk about on the Successful Trainers program. If you're thinking of starting a training business, or if you've always wanted to be a trainer, then contact me at successfultrainers.com or click the link underneath this video and we could talk about how I could help you to get started in a training business.